Well, hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Welcome to another episode of the Tabletop Trio Podcast. I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Graham.
And we got a fun one for you. We're going to recap everything that happened at the Boston Sauce Party 2024. It was such a great time. And there's a lot of other cool, fun hobby stuff that we're getting into, and everything. Plus, we've got some different taste tests going on.
For like the seventh week in a row, we've been trying.
If you've been a loyal viewer of the show, you've noticed there's been chocolate on the table for the past month and a half.
Unreferenced chocolate.
I'm saying this out loud so we remember to do it.
It has now traveled to and from Boston.
It literally has. But we're finally going to be doing that taste test, and it looks interesting.
Yes.
I'm excited to give it a shot.
It's from Australia.
Good day.
Yeah. It also doesn't have any palm oil, which is the reason I bought it.
Why would that make a difference?
Because I hate palm oil. Because it's terrible for everything in the environment. And just as a whole, it's you shouldn't eat it. But it's in fucking everything. Because it heats up the fastest. So,
really?
Yeah, that's why all instant popcorn and all that, it's all palm oil. It's the thing that heats, even the organic blah, blah, I fucking fucked a tree before I made the popcorn. It still has palm oil in it because it is the fastest heating oil. So when you microwave it.
I had no idea.
That's why I have 32 bags of unpopped kernels and the little bucket that we make so that I don't have to use palm oil.
Good to know. Joe hates palm oil.
Yeah.
That seems like a deep-rooted hatred.
Well, they cut down the Amazon to get it.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah,
So,
that's understandable.
There's that whole thing.
Did you know one of the Bushes, when they were in office, when one of them was in office, he banned broccoli from the White House? That's a real thing. You look it up.
Was it the older one or the younger one?
I believe it's the younger one.
He banned?
He banned broccoli. It was straight up I don't like broccoli. It's not going to be here.
Was that part of his strategery?
In the White House?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not I was I remember eating broccoli as a
No,
child. I
no,
didn't
no.
want
You
it.
were allowed to eat broccoli. You just
You just couldn't have it in the presence of the White House.
yeah. Don't bring that into the White House.
Oh, man.
It's not allowed here.
We didn't have the levels of petty like we have now. I feel like people would have been at his rallies just eating fucking broccoli yeah.
Instead of a shoe, it was broccoli that got thrown at him.
Well, that's what happened in the olden days, right? Tomato, whatever vegetables you had that were
Yeah, whatever was
going
rotten,
bad.
just eat them at the guy and just tell him you don't like him.
Yeah. That's just it was a simpler time.
It really was.
Also, I'm glad that the order is back.
Yes.
It was really throwing me off when we were in Boston.
With that, we were on the corner, so I was catty corner to you guys.
It was a very interesting setup, but
we could have kept the order too. We
could have, but
chose not to.
I refuse.
It was in my case at least, it would have been a pain in the ass to just move everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm you know what? I set my stuff up. I have my own little corner. I'm happy here. You guys figured.
Yeah, you guys figured your thing out. I live here now.
Yeah. And then somehow you two just switched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just happened. I don't know.
Fair enough. We I guess we'll get into Boston because that might have been the most fun I've had so far with a hot sauce show.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was crazy. The whole weekend was crazy, but it was fun crazy.
Yeah.
So
A whirlwind is probably the best way to put it.
yeah, especially Saturday.
Oh my God. Yeah. We'll get into that.
But the drive up was really great too.
It was.
I slept most of it, but it was pretty good.
I did.
It was a great sleep.
Could you imagine if I was me too? I drove.
I drove and I remember 90% of it.
There was that one part where we were 50 miles on the highway. Totally don't remember any of that. I do remember, what was it? The anus that he missed.
I did.
Oh,
miss.
my anus.
My anus that I think is on camera,
I tried to get it on camera.
which is hilarious.
I don't know if we got it because I couldn't get the thing to turn quick enough.
Swivel fast enough.
man.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember us being on camera talking about something else and then going, my anus! And then being like, Graham! Oh, he's sleeping for my anus.
I think we should tell the people what you guys are talking about.
No,
No, it's more
just
fun
leave
this
it.
way.
no. There is a river in Connecticut that there's a sign on the side of the road for one of the exits that just says Mianus. Mianus.
Yeah.
Mianus. There's a river that runs through it. There's a boat club kind of thing right there.
A lot of room for docks in my anus.
A lot of docks in Mianus.
Oh no!
Honestly, I'm gonna look up.
What things to do in my anus?
Yes,
Be careful. You're gonna find this.
Yeah, be careful. There's a
exit 5, Mianus. That's the sign.
that is the sign. Mianus.
Mianus. Mianus.
So we drove past that. Graham was out.
14,000 people live in Mianus.
That's a surprising number.
I'm surprised at how low it is. For Bob, I feel like it'd be more.
The amount of signs that we drove through that part, where like the attractions for the exits were like an old bridge. It was like it was like old drawbridge, and I was like, oh, all right, I get that must be like a big thing, and we were like non-functional. I was like, I guess it's not. I guess so. We're just gonna look at it. It's not a drawbridge anymore. It's just a bridge now. And we can't even cross it, probably because it was meant for like horses and carriages and not vehicles. So barely it's a bridge. It's really just
What is it for?
history. That's it.
Oh, hey, look at the old thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Don't touch it. It might fall apart.
Okay, bye.
But it was a fun drive up.
It was, especially the part where we would hit traffic, and then I don't understand what it is about other states. Why do people feel the need to camp in the left lane?
I don't know.
Camp in the left lane and drive under the speed limit.
Yeah, it drove me insane. I didn't want to look like a typical New Jersey driver, but like,
You had to.
boy, was I fit in that role.
And our whole goal for Friday was to go to Yaz's table. That was the only goal. We got here early to get everything packed up and ready to go.
Yep.
We're driving and we're like, oh, we're going to get there like just as they close. And Joe's like, no, we're not.
No, we're
shave off
we're
time.
making it. And then there was traffic, and I was like, oh shit, we're making it.
You just
We,
have to will it into existence.
We did. We traveled the speed limit the entire time.
And we made
Definitely did that
and
part.
and we made it. Definitely without any issues whatsoever. Sorry,
No,
no,
it
that
was-
was leaving, yes.
it. Was gonna say leaving. We had a slight issue.
Little hiccup.
Well,
Some of us learned some things.
yeah, that fucking
Joe, what do you learn?
Boston's fucking stupid.
I think that's all states.
No, yeah, but they're the only ones that have those. Like, who puts buses there? Who decided to
actively
stop?
allows children to cross four
That's-
lanes of traffic?
That's what I'm saying. It's not that like, yeah, everyone has it. I get it. Everyone has 4-lane highways. You know what everyone doesn't do? Put the fucking bus stops in the middle of the highway with no jaywalk. Like, there's no crosswalk, no stop lines, no stop signs, no nothing. Just fucking, here's the road, there's the bus. Good fucking luck.
Good luck, everybody.
I didn't know that. So, fucking, I'm on the one opposite 4-lane, and then the bus is stopped on the other very opposite 4-lane. So, opposite on something.
Yeah, closest to the sidewalk
Yeah.
for on either side.
It stopped. I see the kids walking. One turns and goes away from the highway. Smart kid. And then the other one, I guess, just follows where the bus would be going, which I don't know why the bus just didn't drop him off where he was going. Whatever. So I'm like, okay, so the two kids that are out are not crossing the street. And I don't think they can because it's a fucking highway. We're not playing Frogger. So I just slowed down a bunch and then I just like rolled through slowly because, like, you know, I'm fucking 3 lanes away. There's no way.
3 lanes and a giant, no, like hashed off, like
Yeah.
turning lane, but
Nothing.
you can't turn.
Nothing.
It's easily like 5 lanes away.
I was like, there's no way. There's no way that those kids could come here. Fucking 5 cars down. Whoop, whoop. bike cop turns around. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
And we're both like, I think we're getting pulled over.
I was like, yeah, I know.
I think, yep.
There it is.
Yep,
The lights
there-
are on.
Yep, there he is.
We're the only ones on this side of the road. I get it. It's me. So we pull over where someone else was getting pulled over.
Yeah, for something complete. And I don't even think they were pulled over. There was just like, their window was smashed and
Oh,
destroyed.
yeah, where it was just destroyed.
Like, it was destroyed.
I don't know what happened there, but we were right there. So I pull through, and the cop comes up to me, and he's the most angry cop I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he was pissed. He wanted blood.
Yeah, he did. And he started yelling at me and this and that, and you know how bad and you can't do that and blah blah blah. And then I'm like, truthfully, I'm from Jersey. Did not know that was a thing. We use crosswalks. I didn't know we use stoplights and crosswalks like normal people. I didn't know that this was a thing. I thought they could only be in those 2 lanes. Ignore the stop sign, because why would you let the kids? So he's yelling at me and whatever.
In a thick Boston accent.
Very thick
hard,
Boston.
Hard
like,
Boston. It was amazing.
And then after yelling at me, he was just like, well, that's a warning. I was like, yes, sir. He also, as what he was yelling at us, if there is a median, fuck those kids. Doesn't matter. You don't
let them figure it out.
You don't have to stop at the stop. So you know, if there's a 4-lane highway with a median in the middle, don't give a fuck about that stop sign. Kids will figure it out. They'll cross how they gotta cross. If there's no median, everyone stops, because it makes a lot of sense. It does, I promise. So he just let us go. And I was like, got it. And he just goes, are you fucking kidding me?
I would have been pulled out of the car.
I blamed you in the first place. Because my windows aren't tinted.
And like, imagine like this cop coming up. I'm holding a camera in the front seat.
Oh, yeah. He
Like,
has... And
camera on the gimbal.
Yeah,
like,
it's not even just a camera. He has the whole fucking gimbal. It's like 1.5 feet plus the camera and everything else. I got a dash cam right there. Like, go ahead, say something.
Well, he said a lot. He didn't give a fuck.
He just
went
he didn't even ask for my license and registration.
Yeah.
which that is wild to me. Like, I would have thought at least he would have been like, yeah, let me see what I have.
I was
like,
getting ready to give him 3 of the PBA cards I have. I
you're
have like a
sitting there, you're
fucking.
like, all right, well,
I've got a subscription service. I got 24 in my pocket, 23. I don't have 22, and I have a 21. I just keep them in there just in case.
Just in case.
So, I'll trade you a 20
I don't think they
for
work
a,
out of state.
I would listen. I was willing to try it.
Yeah, I mean, worth a try.
Yeah, it's worth a
We
shot.
don't-
I mean,
we don't talk about why we don't know 22.
That was a big ticket.
No, it was no ticket.
hence why he doesn't have it.
It was a stern warning and a trip to the DMV. This is what that was. That was me getting to work an hour and a half late for
Love it.
reasons.
for reasons.
But yeah, it was the trip. Otherwise, was uneventful. Driving there anyway. Yaz's table was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, that food was
That food
delicious.
was amazing.
It was so good.
The drinks were amazing.
The drinks were amazing. Everything was good. I didn't know that mimosas could be in different like juices. Because mimosa,
yeah.
it's orange juice, it's mimosa.
Yeah.
And then they were like, it's at the mimosa bar. And I was like, well, it's just orange juice. What's the bar? And they were like, no, here's the
Here's
37.
Tropicana, here's Minute Maid.
Yeah, I was like, just the fresh orange versus like concentrate? Like, what are we talking here? And then the bar had like 15 different fruits?
different juices to mix your mimosa with. It was
Wild.
really good. It was a lot of fun.
They're like, well, it's not traditional. We rim the glasses with sugar if that's okay. And I was like, twist my arm, I guess.
Oh no,
Fine.
delicious.
I guess I'll do that. In the chat forum, Watch says, Bob, how are you? How did you put up with Joe? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm recovering.
Oh, that was good.
I think everything went swell.
Yeah, I think it was great.
Friday was also really cool. The guys at Full Slice Podcast hosted a quizzo /podcast/ hangout at a place called the Fermentary up in Boston.
Yeah, that place was really cool.
And
it was very
that
nice.
was awesome. That is such a cool concept too. Because it's a bar try some different hot sauces. They have some like snacks and that kind of thing you could eat, you could like munch on. But it was such a cool event, and I did not screw you guys over playing Quizvo. And here's my reasoning. I was producing their show at first. And I'm like, you know what? I don't really need to do anything. Their stuff is all set. Fine, whatever. So I leave, do my thing. And I run to the bathroom real quick, and I hear one of the questions. And they're like, oh, the category was like, what, 2000s?
Yeah,
I think it was.
I think at that point, it was 2000s.
And the question was, what show is it? What reality show has people living in a house together?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's Big Brother. I love that show. I watch it every year. I'm like, oh, awesome. That's pretty cool. I would have gotten that. Comes out that they didn't get that right.
Nope.
And I'm like, and I tell them that story, and they're just like,
oh, like
yeah,
you
we
had
got
a
that
bigger
wrong.
fucking guess?
Listen, I got the ones that I got right.
And I got the ones I got right.
And then one of the next questions was, who's the artist who released Folklore? I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh man, I said that.
Yeah.
with
And I
confidence.
know what I
Cramp.
said. He said it
I
with
said it with
Full
confidence.
full confidence. I was like, oh yeah, he's got to fucking know. He said that so good, he has to know it.
And your confidence made me sit there and say, oh, he looks confident. I'm not going to say anything.
Bob was right next to me. He heard exactly
Like,
what I said.
See,
foot and a
here's the
half
thing.
away.
I didn't hear what you said.
And that's
The
problem.
In a room with background noise, I can't hear shit.
In a room.
In a world where noise is in the background, I can't hear a word. So I'm like, oh, okay. He looked pretty confident. I could tell, the posture, the body language, whatever.
I went for it. I thought
did.
I was right.
He fucking says Macklemore.
Really wrong. Was really wrong. Didn't even get the gender right. Wasn't even close.
Listen, Macklemore would name an album that.
He would.
He actually
100%.
just came out with a new song.
However,
Did he really?
he
Yeah.
didn't.
What's the name of the song?
I watch. That's what it is.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be
I
fantastic.
would have paid.
Yeah.
Just for you. Like, you reach out to him like, hey, I just need you to drop a song called Folklore. No reason. I just need you to do it.
It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be even finished.
You can
really.
literally
It
just
doesn't
say folklore, and that's it. Publish it. It's part of a bet. Don't worry about it.
So we kept during the game, we kept changing our team name every round. So, because we know we like to mess with them, so we kept changing our team name. And I think, was it the last name on the fourth round?
Bob fucked us.
I just changed the team name to Bob Fucked Us, and they tried to read it out loud, but they were like hot reading the names, and they just broke out laughing.
I think we broke PJ.
Oh yeah.
PJ was sufficiently broken.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Surprisingly good at Quizzos.
Yeah.
Like, really thought we wouldn't be, but like, we tied second, or we
Yeah.
came in second.
We tied. I think we tied.
Yeah, I think you guys tied for
Yeah.
me, you,
Yeah.
us.
Joe pulled out a great Madonna answer.
He called Madonna.
Yeah. I had no idea
It was
what
like,
that
what
one
was their first album name? I was like, it's probably just Madonna. It's the 80s.
Fucking nailed it though. I was like, oh shit, that was right. I wrote it down and I was like, there's no shot this is right. Like he just blatantly got it wrong.
Yeah, that was good. What was the other one that it was the song that was it was supposed to be Come On Eileen is what we thought the name of the song was. But then it was
the name of the storm that hit Louisiana.
right.
And
We thought it was Eileen.
We thought it was Eileen.
So I started writing Come On Eileen, and then in the middle of me writing Come On Eileen, so I'm on Come On, and he goes, no, wait, it's not Eileen.
It's Katrina.
It was Katrina, so I was like, fuck it, I already wrote it. Come On Katrina. That's going to be weird.
Leave it to Joe to make it weird.
Yeah. But again, broke BJ trying to read the answers.
I think that was your goal, is just to break them as they're reading like the answers and all that kind of stuff.
It is a thing I enjoy doing, is
It is
having
pretty
people
great.
break
It is
character.
pretty
It's just
great.
funny. It's,
Yeah.
it's great. It's great content. Fun for me, and more importantly,
Yeah.
keeps it fun. But the place loved. They had beer on tap and they had wine.
That's right. I
Yeah.
forgot
Like,
about that.
The
kind
wine was
of
good.
on tap, not really. Like some were in bottles. That she
Yeah.
had us try a couple things that were like a new, which was really good. I want to make sangria out of that stuff.
Ooh.
It was just really sweet, but like not sugary sweet, just sweet. So that was good. The beers were good. You guys had beer. The taco truck out front was.
Oh my
Taco truck was
God.
amazing.
Everyone was like, "Oh my god, the tacos!"
I was so mad that I forgot to put hot sauce on it.
How could you?
Because like I got the 2 tacos and I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, this is pretty. Oh my God, this is amazing. And then
So,
by
like,
the time
it was-
I'm like, oh yeah, there's hot sauce here. I look down, there's just lettuce.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Ah, whoops.
I don't have a fork, and I'm not about to go full caveman and just.
Yeah, that would be 2 days later.
Yeah.
1 day later. 1 day later.
One
next
day
day.
later.
So yeah, that was the Friday. So
Mhm.
that was good. We got to our Airbnb. Place was great. Little crooked.
Very crooked.
Yeah,
The
the
floors-
floors were a little crooked,
I
but
let go of my luggage and it just started rolling.
your luggage picked your bedroom.
Yeah, my luggage
You
just kept
did.
going,
The
and I was
luggage,
like,
like-
I guess I'm going to that room because the luggage rolled that way.
Where are you going, boy? Come on.
Yeah, like
Who's your good baggage?
what is it, boy? So that was a thing. But otherwise, it was really nice, really clean.
Not a
I
lot
think I
of
left a
TVs.
sock there by accident.
Oh, that sucks.
We left a wine there.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
a real tough loss. Too.
That was
Wine-
that was a hard loss.
Wine and a
I-
sock.
That's gonna be a weird.
Whoever's the guy who comes in to clean the Airbnb is just like, the heck were they doing there?
Having a great time.
They had what were there 4 TVs, 5 TVs?
Lack of working TVs, I should say.
None of them.
4 or
you-
5 TVs.
Yours was I think the only one that turned on.
Oh, nice.
Well, I think
Um,
yours was the only one that was plugged in.
also.
Because one of the rules was unplug everything.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, so someone also just
I
was
didn't
like, yeah,
unplug
and the
it. I
TVs.
just kinda
Yeah.
left it.
Yeah,
I'm not unplugging.
my
your
lamp
stuff.
was missing a light bulb, so
Yeah.
Mine had a light bulb, but was also unplugged. So I was like, "Do you need a light bulb? I'm not using this one. We could trade. I'll trade you a light bulb for a remote." But none of the TVs worked, so it didn't matter.
it was nice and quiet. There was a guy like running up and down the street on like an ATV, like dirt bike
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
yeah,
Heard that a few times, but otherwise super quiet house,
yeah,
which you wouldn't expect because of how like
packed they were.
close and packed everything was.
Yeah, like my Jeep could not have fit in the driveway.
no.
Like
no, definitely not.
no. So they were like street parking. I was like, all right, fine, I'll take the Jeep. If they were like, yeah, driveway parking, I would have been like, no, we're not taking the Jeep.
No.
Ain't happening. We ain't fitting.
We're
Like
gonna
last
strap
year,
a table and a tent to the roof, and we're gonna go.
I would have done it.
Yeah,
Would have figured it out.
Yeah, I got plenty of ratchet straps.
you got rope, rat. It's not going anywhere.
Just run under the car, back up the top.
Boston officially makes no sense to me. I went on a run one of the mornings, and I felt like I went like a straight direction, went up a block, came straight back, and then ended up 2 miles away, and that was awful.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
completely
I
especially
don't know how
uphill.
you did that.
It was worse.
I don't know.
It was worse because we had to go.
Yeah, we also had to leave.
He's like, don't worry, I'm only like 15 minutes away. And then like 8 minutes later, he's like, it wasn't 15 minutes away. I'm 20 minutes away now.
I still made it. I was there by like, I think it was like 8:30.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
we got it all sorted.
We got it all
It was
sorted.
just
It was
the
a
text
pain.
messages were
Yeah,
hilarious.
it was a pain. I'm lucky. I usually don't bring my phone on runs, but I was like, you know what?
Just what
You're not smart, Graham.
Yeah.
You should should definitely have your phone on you.
I'm in a place I haven't been to in a while. I might as well have my phone with me.
It makes sense.
But yeah, so that Saturday we get to the event space. We're setting everything up. The turnout on Saturday
Mm-hmm.
was wild.
Yeah.
Like it was packed for pretty much the entire day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
definitely.
much.
And I think we only packed up like half an hour early.
I don't even think it was a half hour early. I think the event closed at 4 and we were packing up at like 4:30. I think we were packing up after.
Yeah.
There were some stragglers.
true. Well, for Saturday,
Yeah.
I think no, it was like 7:30.
It was
Oh,
late.
you're right. It was late.
late
It was
on
late.
Yeah,
it was
Saturday.
like
because
7:30.
Saturday was like a double session. I
Yeah,
think it
yeah,
went
yeah.
from what
12.
12 to 8,
Yeah, 12 to 8.
which was wild that they had that many people, and it was packed the entire time.
Yeah.
It only started to empty out around like 7 o'clock-ish.
Yeah.
And even then, that's when they opened it up to like the general public could just come in.
Yeah, because they had so Harpoon has the beer, whatever you want to call it, tap room up, like right up the steps. So they just were like, hey, anybody in the tap room, if you want to get some hot sauces, we're opening it up to public. Just walk down the steps over there and go outside. And then they started to get traffic again.
Yeah. Because we're like, all right, cool. It's starting to slow down. Oh my God, there's a rush.
Yeah. So
Here's another wave.
Saturday was cool. Our morning was fun. Finding that hole in the wall.
Yeah, where did you guys find that? Because that honestly gave like a Jersey breakfast a pretty decent run.
Well,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
hilarious
It was
to us
good.
too because we were like, we need food. It's too early. I'm hungry. So I look it up. I'm like, there's a place that says it's around the corner. Let's just go. We'll pick up food real quick. So right across the street from Harpoon is, I guess, a new building that's being built. So construction's going on. Behind that building, or I guess in front of that building, is an old.
Another factory.
Yeah, it's like
a
like nothing
big
was
building.
there.
Nothing
Yeah.
was in it, but it was a big building.
So in the front corner, there's just this little hole in the wall. It's
No
gotta-
signs. You'd have to know it was there.
It's got to be about the size of this kitchen,
Yeah.
if that. And then like a little thing out front to eat. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. We'll grab a sandwich. Dirt cheap. It was like $4 for a meat, egg, and cheese sandwich.
Wild.
So I was like, do I order 2? Because I feel like it's going to be really small for $4. I was like, you know what? No, it's a long day. Let's just eat the one. Don't want to complicate myself here.
Already having a lot of hot sauce.
Yeah. So we grabbed the sandwiches. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I think we're good. I think we missed like any of the morning rush. And then I'm like, our food's just not coming out. I'm like, what's taking them so long? There's no one here. And then the fucking construction guys start rolling in.
Oh my God, they ordered a line. It was terrible.
So it turns out they could order online. That we didn't know that you could order online because this store very firmly doesn't look like it has online orders. But what, 12 people, 13 people show up?
Yeah, it was a good amount. It was
Just
like
in
a whole
line.
crew.
Yeah, just in a line, sandwich grab. And then I see all the tickets. I was like, oh shit, we could be here. Why?
We
So
made a terrible mistake.
we get the sandwiches. We head back to you guys. It was like, what, an hour?
Yeah, something like that.
The walk was not that long.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe a 5-minute walk.
And it was especially funny because you texted me, you're like, hey, what kind of tea do you want?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'll do one sweet and iced tea. I'm like, all right, cool. They're going to be here soon.
Yeah.
No.
10, 20, 30 minutes goes by, and I'm like, did they die? Am I going to have to run this whole thing by myself?
There was a very large seagull.
There was.
There was.
But no,
Thing
we
was a monster.
we were just waiting for the people, the construction people that were in front of us, apparently. But then we get back and we start eating, and this is where the full Jersey comes in. All the hot sauce people that started rolling in, like, "Yo, where'd you get that? We're so hungry. Where'd you get that food?" I was like, right around the corner, building, front, back corner. And they were like, "Which building?" I'm like, 2 buildings just straight that way. And I was like, yeah, all right. We got 2 people. They were hungry, got food. Like 5 minutes later, hey, where'd you get that food from? It was for like, what,
It
the
just
next
kept
40 minutes?
happening and happening.
Yeah.
And then people kept coming back afterwards with food and like coffee and that kind of stuff from them. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, we're starting to trend again, Joe.
Sorry. And then it was
No
funny,
pictures this time.
because in the place, when I was talking around, like, this place really could use a little bit of a cleanup. Because
Yeah, just need a facelift.
one of the I guess one of the places you could like stand and eat has like the it's like MDF plywood with the white, I forget what it's called, malachite or whatever it's
yeah,
called.
yeah.
Oh, the Formica?
Yeah, that stuff. So but it's like super bowed. So I was like, okay, so like that probably should get replaced and stuff like that. So Sunday rolls around, we go to get breakfast again. We walk over, we're great, we're dandy. Fucking guy with the chop saw out front, literally putting new wood in and renovating. I was like, I didn't mean that fast.
I didn't mean right now.
What do you got me fucking Mike? What the hell?
Oh my
You
God.
spoke it into existence. That's
I
all
did.
that
I
happened.
spoke it firmly into existence.
But then they were closed, and we had to find another breakfast spot.
Yeah, so we went next to where we were, thinking that was a breakfast spot. It was just about to open, but but it was just fresh seafood, like lobster and stuff like that. I was like, we wanted to eat that, but I'd feel really bad coming back to Bob with like just like lobster rolls and stuff like that. And Bob's like, "Where's my breakfast?" I'm like, "They didn't have.
Yeah, they didn't have any.
They
Sorry,
didn't have any. There was nothing you could have had.
It was all lobster, everything.
It's literally everything.
Oops, all lobster.
But they had fried lobster rolls, and I needed to know what that was about. Do they fry the lobster and then put it in the roll? Or do they make a lobster roll, batter it, and then fry it? I don't know.
I feel like the second one. It has to be the second one.
Right?
You got to make the whole thing and then fry the whole thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, this is just...
Corn dog, but lobster.
I think that's what was...
Corn lobster dog.
Corn lobster.
Lobster dog. Oh, no. On a stick.
On a stick.
I you know what? I'd eat a lobster roll on a stick.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. Wouldn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy every bite, too.
I would enjoy it, and it'd be worth the pain.
See, that's what I said. And I was like, he'd probably eat it. He'd be fine. And I was like, oh, no, we're going to be recording the whole day. Probably be not a good idea.
And we were driving home that Sunday.
Yeah.
That is also true, is the drive home. Yeah, I forgot about that one. But yeah, no, Saturday was great. I set out onto a mission very early in the morning, which I didn't think would be a mission. I thought this was going to be an A-B transaction.
Right.
It's like, I want beer tap. You sell me beer tap. That's the end of this transaction.
Yeah.
And all I have to talk to you about now. But no. No, why would it be so simple?
No, they had to challenge you.
They don't sell beer taps anymore at Harpoon. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, we just don't sell them. I was like, why? Don't you have... How do you get them to, like, bars and places if you don't sell them?
Yeah, don't you want my money? I will give you my money.
I'm like, I have bar. I have beer keg. Need taps. Will be buying beer from you. Need taps. And I'm like, I only have the really old one, and it's got the little Nerf football orange on top, and it's going to be outside, so I don't want to get it destroyed. So I saw they have, like, their brand new logo with the brand new taps, and I was like, how do I get one of those? And he's like, if you spend enough, we'll see what could happen. And I was like,
Challenge accepted.
You realize I'm here for 2 days, and you have said magic words to me. Challenge accepted. So on my receipt, I tipped like $5-6 on like 2 beers.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
I'll be back.
I'll be back for those taps. And then I slid it. And then over the course of 2 days, I drank several beers.
The tap man cometh.
You drank beers.
I drink a lot of beers.
And every time I told someone to go upstairs to get a beer, tell them I sent you.
Hey, the guy who wants the beer tap sent me.
Yeah, the guy who wants the beer tap told me to come up here, get some fresh beer. So over the course of the 2 days, I start to know everyone there.
Somehow you turned that into the literal Cheers bar. Everybody fucking knew you. You knew everyone.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was
He
wild.
got on first name basis.
Yeah,
with
I
a couple
did.
of them.
At the point you're like, oh yeah, so-and-so's going over there. I gotta go find this person. Oh yeah, they told me this person's over at the pickleball courts.
Yeah, it was great. And then at
And
some
I'm like,
point,
who the fuck are these people?
That's where we found out. We went over to the pickleball courts and we found out how much they rent those things for.
yeah, and that's when we found out that we're in the wrong business.
It's $100 an hour
per court.
per court.
Per
There's
court.
4 courts.
4 courts.
We're making $400 every hour just to have people play pickleball.
Play pickleball.
And they were being used all day.
all
Yeah.
day.
All day.
They were full all day. They said there's usually people there before they actually open.
which is
like,
insane.
waiting.
It's insanity. What
That
are you
is
doing?
wild.
Right?
Yeah. What are you? Why? I guess because one of you guys were saying that it's the only outdoor pickleball
So
court.
we were talking to the lady out there because she was cool. Shouts out if she's watching. She was like, yeah, they these are the only outdoor pickleball courts in Boston. All the other ones are all indoors, I guess. So if you want to play outside, this is it.
They cornered the market, and they did a very good job of it.
Yeah. But it's
Genius.
not, apparently not Harpoon. So Harpoon,
They get a cut, or
they get a cut,
yeah.
or they get to put the beer, whatever, there for concession. But apparently it's some other venue who owns the pickleball courts and who does the scheduling. But
No,
on the
that's-
weekends, they're not there.
That's the league that does it.
Yeah.
That does all the scheduling stuff.
Hmm.
But Harpoon owns the property. It's all
So it's wild. I can't believe they're making that much money.
It's
on
a
pickleball.
crew racket.
Yeah. It was wild to me.
Thank you.
Mm.
I needed recognition for that one.
Mm.
I got you.
Recognition?
What?
I regret nothing.
No.
But it was crazy. And then at some point they stopped charging us for beers.
Yeah,
that was
there was a point
perfect.
on Saturday or Sunday?
It happened very late on Sunday and then all of Saturday, or very late on Saturday, all of Sunday.
Yeah.
They just stopped letting me pay.
Which is wild to me.
Yeah, that's how much I got to on a first name basis with them. That they were like, "You're good." Just
Because I went up there with you the one time to grab a beer, and you're like, all right, cool, how much owe you? And they're like, no.
yeah.
They're
like,
and you're
"You're
like,
good."
well, no, but here, and they're like, I was told not to charge you.
yeah,
They stopped charging us for everything too.
it was
We got
everything.
food, beer.
Yeah.
We got whatever we wanted.
Even when we, at the end of the day, when we're leaving on Sunday, we're all packed up, we go into the shop and grab like a couple 12 packs. They're like, for you, $10.
Yeah, they
Hey,
charged
$10
me.
for a 12 pack.
I was gonna say they charged me $20 for 3 12 packs
Wild.
and the beer opener and the
Yeah, they gave us koozies. They gave you
keychain.
like, the church key and the bar tab and all that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I got all of it. And at some point, they're like, "We're not charging you." I'm like, "Then you're getting a really good tip." And I put 20 on the table. And I'm like, "That's how much my beers would have cost anyway." Not letting you not.
that was really because there was that point where you literally just slap it down and you're like, no. And you just like forced it over.
Because I think at that point, it would have been like the 5th or 6th beer for like 2 people. So it's like 10 to 12 beers in. I'm like, "No, let
Yeah.
me pay." And you threatened the girl.
I fought the one person the first time, and then I said, you know what, free beer is free beer, and I didn't fight again. I didn't tip. Nope, nothing. Here you go. Thank you.
And then, so after Saturday, everything went great. You had your first hot eating contest.
Oh, that did not go good.
Marshmallows from hell. They were not hot eggs.
That was
I don't
so
know how
bad.
you kept calling them hot eggs.
I don't know.
Yeah,
A little white, I don't know.
Did keep calling them hot eggs.
Eggs make sense to me. Like a hot egg makes sense to me.
It's okay to be wrong.
I don't know. A hot marshmallow just sounds gross, and it wasn't good.
I told you it was gonna.
It wasn't
be.
fine.
Yeah.
In fairness, he did put hipster repellent on there.
I
Yeah.
love.
And Joe called you a bitch in front of everyone.
In front of the
I
The entire festival.
entire festival.
and you know what? I was right.
Just like, I'd
Joe
fucking do it
wasn't
again.
even doing the competition.
I
That's
don't
the
have
best
to.
part.
I know what it's about.
Soft. He's soft.
I already knew what it was about.
How many marshmallows have you eaten?
It doesn't matter.
The answer? 0.
Doesn't matter. How many did you eat? One.
That's one more than
That's
you.
it. And when it got to the second one, aka round 2, everyone on the front, 3 or 4 people bowed out like immediately.
Yeah.
And Grab was like, "Should I keep going?" I was like, "Well, you're a bitch if you're not." Audibly enough for everyone to hear.
The heat then grew, and I couldn't keep going.
He goes,
No.
He goes, "I'm a bitch. I'm out."
I'm out.
And he
Bitch.
just leaves. I was like,
It
"I
was
told
so
you."
hot.
Because I was talking to like a couple people behind me. I guess they had like a couple people in there who were doing the competition. And they're like, "I think that tall guy's gonna got it." I'm like, "Nah, he's a bitch." And then
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
you do the same for me. And then as you quit, I was like, I turned around, I was like, "See, I told you." He's just
Then that next morning, the bathroom was not okay. It was really bad.
I saw the remnants like
It was painful.
that like as well. It did not look like you had a good time.
No one had a good time.
No, I told you that would happen. Because it happened to me when I had the pizza one.
The pizza wasn't even
3
that
times?
bad.
3 times. The first slice of pizza
It
wasn't,
wasn't even
bad.
that bad. It was okay.
The
It's sort of hot.
yeah, the first slice.
Well, so Saturday night, we
Ah,
finished up
yes.
with the show, and the three of us have very similar personalities. We get along very well.
It's dangerous.
If you add in alcohol,
It's more dangerous.
don't really drink all that much. I had probably 1 beer total the whole weekend.
So did I.
Like I had like 3/4 of a beer on Saturday and like 1/4 of a beer on Sunday, and I gave Graham the rest of mine. We were hungry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we were so hungry.
Originally, we were looking for a Walgreens. Wound up at Target.
That was the worst Target I've ever had the displeasure of being at.
It was
That
pretty bad.
Target was Walmart level.
No, it was
Yeah.
worse.
Okay, Walmart near me level.
There was
Fair.
just a girl smoking weed in the middle of the makeup aisle.
Which is still baffling to me
What do you
because it's the brightest place in the entire
With
store.
the most cameras, too.
With the most cameras. That is like she's proving a point. That wasn't.
An
I'm gonna.
act of defiance.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
wasn't a smoke to smoke.
That was full on like fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
It was 100% on purpose. And then we had to do a whole fucking circle to get to the bathrooms, only to find out that they're like locked in the front, and you need to get a guy to come and put in this secret code, which I thought was gonna be a big secret code. Shouts out to Boston fucking Target. It's 9998.
Yeah, so if you're ever in the Boston area and you want to go to Target and use the bathroom, 9998.
But
you're
before
welcome.
you do that, don't use the bathroom.
Be prepared. Maybe just pee outside.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Or just in the Target, because
Yeah.
apparently they don't care.
Yeah, because we opened that door and I was like, at least the bathrooms will look nice in here because it's locked. I was wrong. I was so wrong.
Oh, yeah,
It
it's
looked
gross.
worse than a baseball stadium.
I didn't wash my hands. I was like, you know what?
Why would you touch the sink?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm better off not touching that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just disgusting. It was disgusting. I've never seen a bathroom that bad before.
And all in the meanwhile, the two of you have straight up fucking goblin energy.
Oh, yeah. No, so,
Like,
so Elena.
I don't know how you guys had that much energy because I was fucking dead.
Well, I feed off other people around me.
Yeah.
So if I get to whoever's around me, if they have that kind of energy, guess what Joe has.
Yep.
So
I just think it's fun.
yeah,
I just want to see the world burn.
right. It's fun. So Elena told me this when I first met Graham. She's like, you two are a problem together. Like you shouldn't go out together. It's probably going to be a problem. You two have very similar energy. It's not okay. And I was like, nah, it should be fine. I called her.
Chaos.
I called her
Chaos
that night
gremlins.
after we got to the house. I was like, "You're right. You're really right. I'm so sorry. I feel bad for Bob. We shouldn't be allowed in public."
Feel so bad.
And the best part is, I was telling you guys on Sunday, at that time, I was hangry.
Yeah.
I was grumpy.
Yeah, you
And
were
I'm
super polite.
And I'm just
Yeah.
like, all right, sure. Because honestly, I was feeding off of your guys' energy as well. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. This is great.
yeah,
But then you finally realized. So we leave Target. We get like breadsticks. We get 4 frozen pizzas for the 3 of us.
We went
We're
full
ready
college
to
dorm.
party.
We straight up went college fancy
Yeah.
there.
But we needed to be fancy, so we went to get alcohol and a charcuterie board. But before that is when we really started fucking with Bob, because the cart that we had was terrible.
Worst, that
It was like
wheel.
it barely worked. One of the wheels was shot. It made noise. It should have been put out back and shot. So as we get to the parking lot, I was like, "Grab, just tip it over. No one needs to use this car anymore." So we just throw it on its side. Then we get in the car, and then Bob picks it up and starts wheeling it to put it into the cart aisle. And me and Graham are in the car contemplating to wait if Bob gets back in the car to get back out of the car and push the cart back over.
If there weren't other people around, I would have been totally fine with it. But there was a dude sitting in the car right next to us.
Yeah, I threw it right to the ground.
staring.
Yeah,
and
right-
I'm just like,
Whatever.
I'm like,
Yeah, no, we were really getting ready to it. And then we were like, whatever. Let's just go get food. So we get to the liquor store. We're looking for a specific type of alcohol. We're in the parking lot, and I was like, all right, me and Graham are gonna run in to get some wine and maybe a charcuterie. Do you want to just stay in the car? And you're
I feel like that was the only time I dropped the, oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
that
like
moment.
a disappointed dad.
It was just all right, yeah, do you want to stay in the car or do you want to come in with us? And I just go, yeah, I'll go with you guys.
And that's when we knew.
Broke Bob.
Yeah, but it was we went looking for rum barrel wine, couldn't find it in the aisle, asked an employee who then went on a scavenger hunt for us.
Well, the first guy that we asked was in some kind of like fucking Professor X like
Yeah.
machine thing.
Yeah, he had no idea either. He
And he's like, get out of the aisle. And we're like, we just want help.
just
Like, I just need wine. He's like, yeah, it's over there. Get out of there because I got to do this. I'm like,
So we went over to the other aisle, and the lady's like, no, it's on that aisle. I was like, I was fucking right. God damn it.
and it was like right at the spot that we asked him about
yeah.
too.
Yeah, it was right there. It was right where he was parked, was where the thing was. So we got some fancy rum wine. And then we're at
Fancy?
the... It was $17 a bottle.
Yeah.
It looked fancy.
It
had
did
like,
look fancy.
It had, like,
It did have the wax seal.
Yeah, it had the wax seal. It was pretty fancy for a $60 bottle of wine.
It was good.
It was pretty good. A lot of stuff on the bottom.
Yeah, a lot
A lot of sediment.
of sediment.
A lot of sediment. But we're up in the front. We're getting ready to check out. And this is where like full goblin energy started coming in. And I was like, we had frozen pizzas and breadsticks. Should we just get... There's a charcuterie board right here. We just get it. So we do. We get a charcuterie board. And I was like, oh, this has the fancy ice balls too. And the wine was very much not cold, and I like cold wine. I'll just grab the ice balls. That way, we could put them back in the place and get some wine. So we get everything. The POE system is down. The guy's trying to tell us that like he can't even check us out,
Yeah.
which was you had to do it again. Your whole transaction.
He had like crackhead nails that were super long.
Yeah,
Gross.
they were really.
They were wild.
Yeah, were we talking about just like leaving? Because at that point, I didn't even want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, someone did that earlier, and I was like, so like we're good. We just
Walk right out.
And it was like, yeah, I mean,
yeah. He was like,
and he's like, eh.
He's not gonna stop us.
All right, no, it's ready now.
yeah, he's like,
Like,
it's
it was
ready.
one
I
of
was
those,
like,
like,
ah,
oh, man.
I was right there. I was ready to go.
Free wine.
Yeah. So we get back to the place. I go to park because street parking. So I drop them off and then go to park. I come back. 5 minutes later?
Mm-hmm.
Open up the door immediately. Why do I smell gas? It was immediate. I opened up the door and I was like, we're going to explode. Something's wrong.
This is how we die.
What's going on? And I just hear Grant from his room go, I turned the stove on. I was like, you sure? And then it just went downhill from there.
Oh yeah, it devolved. I had already stopped carrying. I smelled the gas. I left it run. I was like, if this place blows up, it blows up, whatever.
Getting that security deposit back.
It dies. We get ready to put the pizza on the stove, the racks.
Yeah.
I bought foil because I don't trust anything at
Fucking
the place.
foil.
The foil was more expensive than the pizza, first of all.
The 4 pizzas that we got.
The 4
Yeah,
pizzas
more
were
expensive
still
than
less
all of them.
than 1 box of foil, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. But I'm getting ready to like do the foil thing. He goes, no, I'm just going to put them on the grates. I was like, those are definitely not clean.
It
He goes-
looked like a new oven.
He goes, no, it's a new oven. I'm like, are you? No. And then he opens up the grate again. He goes, I'm going to get the foil.
It looked like a new oven in my defense.
It was a very clean kitchen.
Yeah.
There was just not a straight line in there.
No, not at all.
I love how the floor and it's the opposite of what you would think where one would start crooked. On the outside of the house, there's a door, like a closet door to like do laundry. And you could fit less than a quarter of an inch of like to the bottom.
Typical kind of tolerance
Nice and
if you have
straight.
like a rug or a mat or
There's-
something.
The same door, 2 feet later, I could fit my entire toe under. And then the next door over just kept getting worse until it had to be easy 3 inches.
Oh, at least.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, just 3-inch curve from the outside of the house to the center of the house.
And then from the other side of the house, though, so the right side of the house came in like that. The left side of the house came in like that.
Yeah.
It's just really fine craftsmanship.
Good way to keep all the toys in the center of the house.
Oh yeah.
Except for the dead center because it was bowed like this. So whatever you put on it just rolled on a side but then stayed.
That's why your suitcase was like, nope, you are going in this room. It literally curved.
Yeah, it just kept going. And I was like, where the fuck is this luggage? There's no remote control on this. It's not a joke. I'm not doing this on purpose. It's just rolling.
There's a ghost in the house.
It was like, 10 seconds after we got in?
Yeah.
I put my luggage down. It just kept rolling. I'm like, how's this crooked? Do with that information what you will.
Shit's haunted.
But, yeah, that was Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And Sunday was more of the same.
Yeah, Sunday we didn't have breakfast because... we ordered.
Yeah, we ordered.
We ordered from like a random place.
Except half of our stuff didn't really come.
Oh yeah, I never even
Like the coffee, the tea, none of that.
Yeah,
came.
none of that.
really should have put that in on the app.
Definitely should have.
Yeah, it was just so busy, totally forgot.
But we hung out with the Mighty Mustache and his family.
Yeah, they were.
That
cool.
was lovely.
Super cool group. His wife bought us coffee.
Yeah.
So we had a giant box of Joe, which was great.
Yeah, they're like, we're hungry and thirsty and we need coffee. And I was like, the places around here aren't around here anymore. So they're like, we're going to order Dunkin'. I was like, that's a fair
Makes
move.
a lot of
We're in Boston. Dunkin' is like Wawa to them. So
Yeah. But they were really cool. I was just finishing up the edit because it's been absolutely crazy at work for the pizza eating contest.
that was so much fun having Bobby with us.
Yeah.
Like, he was great. I'm definitely going to have to reach out to him, have him come on the show with us for an episode, because that man has so many different hobbies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And has done so much.
It was like looking into a mirror
Literally.
from like me 7 years from now.
With, I will say, though, with a fantastic mustache.
Yes, he had a great
Yes.
mustache.
I'm incredibly jealous of my lack of ability to grow any sort of facial hair. Like, this is me forgetting to shave last week, and I haven't shaved since just before Boston. Like,
shaved
it's
this.
not
I shaved this right
not a
before
good look for
Boston,
me.
and this is what's here. So, what is
You're
that,
a
a week?
wildebeest.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I just have the awkward bald patch, like, right here.
Oh, I got one of those.
I'm 8% from like Middle Eastern Caucasus, that area, and all 8% of that is hair.
That is hair
It's
everywhere.
it's firmly that's it. But
Yeah, so that is that video is going to be coming out soon. That's going to be a lot of fun because we did play-by-play for it,
yeah, we
Yeah,
literally
it was
did like
nice.
a live commentate to the
which was
competition.
awesome.
We had a perfect shot. At one point, Kyle was literally just standing in front of, like, full on blocking it.
To the point where we told the security guard, we're like, hey, if anyone stands here, move them. And the guy's trying to tell Kyle to move. And Kyle's like, wait, what? And then he turns and looks right at the camera.
I'm like,
I love that.
And he goes, oh.
yeah. He's literally like, oh shit.
It was great.
I was laughing so hard. What was the other moment we had with them where I was laughing so hard? Was it right before we went on the air when we had like all of us?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle was talking about doing like hand signals.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's like, all right, there's a lot of us, so when you want to talk or if you're up next, just put like a hand up, put like your finger up or something like that, and then
He wanted to order us.
yeah, he
like
would
one.
give
Yeah, so
orders
just
for
like-
like who's next, who's second, and then PJ turns around and goes, "What's that for?" And he goes, for like if so you don't like cut anybody off or anything like that. And PJ goes, "They don't do that. I was on with them for like 40 minutes, and not one time did anyone get cut off."
Yeah. PJ is like, they have respect for each other.
And the Kyle's just like, oh, yeah.
That's the thing. We could just manage it ourselves.
I couldn't. I was like, you gotta wait to go live because now I'm just laughing really hard.
Well, and that wasn't the first time that he did that, too. On Friday, Kyle was doing Instagram Live because they were stuck in traffic. And he's like, yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, if you want to do this and bring this and do this and do this. And PJ just goes, That's his fucking job.
Yeah. Oh, right. When we popped onto the stream, because we were in the Airbnb already.
By the way, my dad was also watching his live stream.
That's fantastic. We popped in to his live stream because they were just sitting in traffic. So we're like, just messaging like, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah. And then Kyle just started like explaining what we needed to do for the night.
For Quizzo that night.
And PJ just like, stop fucking Kyle-splaining. It's their job. That's what they do for a living. They know.
He's like, oh yeah,
so
fair
good,
enough.
So good.
Yeah, just fair enough. And then the stream just ended. It was fantastic. It was really funny.
Yeah.
But overall, a fantastic weekend. Harpoon was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It started off a little rocky with whatever was going on prior to show, but feel like it really bounced back. Really.
Oh my God, it was awesome. We could not have asked for better weather, a better crowd, like all that kind of stuff. It was so much fun.
That Sunday could have been 5 degrees cooler.
And
no, it was perfect. And Harpoon's beer is very good.
Mm-hmm.
I like all their UFO stuff. We got the variety pack. I think we've all tried at least all of them, right?
Mhm.
What's your guys' favorite?
Still white.
Still white? Nah.
Florida citrus.
Florida citrus,
it's
right?
close.
It's superior.
The citrus one is good.
It's okay, Joe. You're wrong.
I think white's a little bit smoother.
No, it's 2-1 vote. You're wrong.
It's incredible. I've been drinking this for like 4 years, so like if we're going by seniority, you're fucking so wrong.
We're not. We're going by majority. I've already established the rules.
This is a democracy over here.
Well, it seems like your dad drank all of the white, so that's at least a 2-2.
How'd you guys feel about the blueberry?
The blueberry's phenomenal. It was better on tap than in the can.
Yeah,
Like
thought it was better on
by
tap.
far.
a lot. It was.
It's always
way
better on tap.
more blueberry.
It's usually, it's better on tap, but it's not usually like markedly better. Like usually beer on tap is just a little bit more of the flavor of the beer. So like, not like
It's fresher.
A huge difference. The blueberry UFO on tap tastes like freshly baked blueberry muffins. The blueberry in a can is just like a very muted
I
version
have
of
not
that.
had that one yet
Ooh, you gotta
out
try
of the
it.
can.
Yeah.
I had it when I think you ordered. You're like, here, you need to try. I'm like, all right, sure.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge blueberry fan, so
My exact
I
words
enjoyed it.
were they milked a blueberry muffin, and I'm not sure how. And I stand by those words.
I'm with you.
I
They
know.
milked the blueberry.
I don't
They
know
did
how
it.
they did it, but it tastes
Got it by
delicious.
its udders.
Now, the Florida citrus, delicious. It's just UFO white, but more citrus because
Mhm.
they added, I think, all of the citrus. It's
All
got
of it.
lime, it's got lemon, it's got
Yeah,
name a citrus thing. Apparently, they put it in there.
yeah, you name it, it's there.
and it's like real Florida oranges are used in there, which I think is hilarious.
I wouldn't be surprised. UFO white, the classic, delicious. And then the new one that I didn't even know they made, apple,
Wasn't a fan.
was also
I
not a
enjoyed it.
fan.
So I'm a big fan of like more tart like sours,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and that had a good mix between the UFO like wheat taste
Mm-hmm.
and just a hint of sour. But I think that's also just the way apple, like in my mind, apple juice is a sharp taste,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I was picking up that same like sharpness
Mm.
when I was drinking it. So
I can see that.
to me, I feel like that was good. I enjoyed it. It's probably not something I'd be like, yes, I'm ordering this every single time. It's my favorite beer. It was good. But I can understand like you guys not being big fans of it.
I wonder if it will grow on me because I've only had one so far.
That could be.
See, I just was like very clearly not a fan because to me the apple flavor was not as pronounced as like if I drink ciders, like
Mm-hmm.
Longbow.
like well even Longbow's a little sweet.
I like
Um,
longbows. Those are my favorite
um,
ones of the ciders.
The fancy
Angry Orchard.
the fancy Italian one,
Oh,
I've no
Stella.
yes.
Stella.
Yeah, the Stella
So
apple.
Stella apple ciders That's my go-to.
They're so good.
They
I
are
have to try those.
really good, really like just a good flavor, not too sweet, not too tardy. It was just a really good flavor. When I drank the UFO, it felt really, to me, really bitter, but like not a lot of flavor otherwise. So I didn't get a sour. I just tasted a bitter. So to me, not my favorite. And then I gave it to Elena to try because she usually is more in your boat. She likes the sours. She likes the tart a lot. She didn't like it either.
Okay.
So that was a 0-2 from us. Unfortunately, there's no one else here to drink them. So
Do you have any more left?
yeah, the
man.
rest of the ones that I didn't drink.
I
from
can
the
grab
Friday.
them if you want to do like a live
Yeah, I'll do live tasting.
thing.
see
Yeah,
if
I'm gonna go
grows on
grab
me.
it. You guys keep
See if you-
chatting.
See if you grow on you.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing that threw me off the hardest over the weekend was the fact that Florida Citrus came out, and then I tasted it, and I was like,
It's
"Oh,
so good.
Like-
That is by far my favorite. I got a separate 12 pack of just that.
See, well, I did. I got Citrus. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I can get both, but I wasn't expecting to come out with like, well, there's the two favorite beers I have. Like, I wasn't expecting them to come from the same company.
Yeah, I think they brew really nice beer. Harpoon is doing a really great job because they bought UFO, right?
So UFO is a employee-owned company. Middle, the middle draw, the middle. Yeah, down a whole draw.
So growing up, there's this video that I actually recently have seen. It's some kids that grew up in the neighborhood with me in Howell, Freewood Acres. And the kid has like a slash down his arm. And they're putting like peroxide on it. And he's holding his arm. He's going, in the cut, in the fucking cut. And someone's like just spraying his arm around the cut with peroxide.
It's like the old witches thing.
Yeah.
The germs won't get in if I make a ring perimeter around the outside.
And you go the middle. In my head, I'm just hearing, in the fucking cut.
The lid. Yeah, it's okay, so here they are. UFO crisp apple brewed with real apples, I would hope.
They look good.
Like their
the
employee
can
owned.
is
Yeah, the cans are great. Oh, here's a fun fact. I went.
Employee-owned?
They have. They all have like a little, QR code on the bottom.
Okay, let me hit that.
So I scanned the QR code to see like what the website was about. Just I was intrigued. I wanted to know. There's a countdown.
To what?
I don't know. There's a countdown.
There's beer lore.
Oh,
Classified files.
takeover imminent. 6 days, 11 hours, 52 minutes, and 56 seconds. So we will find out,
I do not know.
but it'll take some time.
It apparently is next Wednesday.
And it says initiate core memory underneath.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Do they all have this? Does the White
Yeah.
have it as well?
It's just their main website.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So their main website currently has classified
Keep that.
I wonder if there's a new
a new beer.
a
Coming?
new UFO coming.
It seems that way.
Ooh, that's a great way to announce the launch of a new
Right.
beer.
We just signed up for beer lore.
We did
What's beer lore?
that
Lore, just story
Oh.
behind the beer.
story. But no, I love that they're employee owned. They were UFO was a smaller company that got bought, I guess, by Harpoon. And I guess they are still employee owned, but now through Harpoon. But I'm here for it.
And I think Harpoon in general is like employee owned.
The crisp
so.
apple is a mixed pack exclusive.
Yeah.
So you can't just
So
keep them
this-
separate.
So for what they told me, the apple is
Brewed with real apples.
yes. So the apple is in the mixed pack exclusive. The blueberry is the summer spring pack exclusive or whatever you want to call it. And then during the fall they switch it back to the Raz,
Oh,
which is their raspberry, which is also really good, but apparently is now seasonal. So interesting. But now I'm interested into what's the next one.
yeah, like
We'll
where are we
find out
going?
next week.
Right.
We'll find out live on Tabletop Trio.
Right.
That'd
I got to
be
reach out
hilarious.
to them and be like, so our podcast
Send-
seems to be lined up with exactly when this is going to release. if, maybe we knew to do on air, cough.
Would love to help you guys out.
Yeah, maybe send us a package that I will actually pay for if you I'll open it live on air.
Yeah. You might remember me as the beer tap guy.
Send him a picture with all the taps.
The tap man cometh.
The lengths that they had to go to find those taps.
Oh, they were locked in a room. The person who had the key lost the key.
The first
had
set,
to get another key. It was
the
wild.
first set that they thought they had were thrown out.
Yeah.
So they had to go to backup stock.
All right.
And the entire time I was talking with Kyle, and he's like, "Yeah, there's no way in hell they're doing it. They're just." He's like, "They're just probably gonna do that." Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll find it.
Then you ended up getting 2.
Then because the lady was like, "He definitely fucked up. He's gonna give you the wrong one, right?" And then she looked at it. Yeah, he gave you the wrong one.
So second assessment of the crisp apple. Still not a fan.
All right, I'm gonna.
Tasting a little more apple.
Yeah.
It's just it's the beer taste after the apple that it throws it off.
See, I don't get any of the beer taste after. I just get bitter apple nothingness.
No, I definitely get a beer taste after. The bitter apple's fine. It's the beer after. It's like 2 different drinks.
I can see the beer taste. I still enjoy it. To me, it's very crisp, and I get that, and I get the overarching apple flavor a little bit more than the beer.
Yeah.
But then as it goes on, and as the taste kind of sits there and lingers, now I'm getting that almost dry taste you get after beer.
Yeah.
I'm picking that, and that's usually from the hops, the barley, that kind of stuff that you make the beer with. That that kind of earthy flavor is kind of what I'm getting after it kind of sits on the tongue for a little while. I still enjoy it, but I can definitely see where you guys are just not a big fan.
It's just very bland. It's bitter and then bland.
Yeah. They could have done more with the apple flavor.
Yeah. And I feel like apple is a hard beer to make.
Yeah, I thought it was a cider.
Apple cider, totally different.
That's what I thought at first. I'm like, oh, they made a cider. It's apple. And then, no, it's apple beer.
We're not making no cider.
Yeah, we don't
beer.
Crisp apple wheat.
Yeah, it's a very weird combo. But I guess if you like the tart, bittery flavor, you're gonna like it a lot.
That's probably why I enjoy this beer.
The tart bites you right off the rip. The second hits your tongue, it's tart.
See, I don't get that either.
You don't get your tongue's wrong. It's just there's something wrong with your tongue.
I don't know. Maybe I've attuned it to different things. But I don't normally drink tart though, so that's
I feel like this is a good switching point. Talking about taste testing.
Yeah.
I think we need to finally and definitively try the chocolate.
So which one?
Oh God.
We have crispy block milk chocolate, which it looks like it's like a
Crunch Bar?
Crunch Bar. Then we have Rockley Road, which is marshmallows, coconut, and crunchy peanuts. And then raspberry, which is milk chocolate with raspberries, which also looks like it has marshmallows and peanuts in it.
I would go either the crispy or the raspberry to start.
Let's do crispy. Let's start easy.
Crispy it is.
And work our way up.
Mute me, because this shit is really crunchy.
Muted. God, you can hear it in our mics.
It's really crispy. So this is Daryl Lee. We got it at Tractor Supply Co. They just had it near the front checkout.
Can I just say Tractor Supply is an underrated place to go.
Oh, definitely.
It was the first time we went, and we were like, what else will we find here? It's so all over the place.
I went to Tractor Supply to get butane for a lighter that I own. I walked away with Christmas ornaments. I walked away with Christmas ornaments, butane, and a hat.
Was it remotely near Christmas time?
No.
It's worse. It's worse, Bob.
It was like Halloween time, and they still had Christmas ornaments out, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. They were chickens. I had to get it for my girlfriend, so I bought them.
All right, mute me up.
Muted.
They have actual chickens. Like, you can buy live chicks at Tractor Co. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about getting chickens, doing a whole chicken coop thing.
Straight up, when I buy my house, we are doing a chicken coop.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're watching right now, and I know you want to, too. So we're just going to do it. We'll get a dog eventually, but chickens,
So
come on.
Chickens are forever.
Here's where I'm going to lose some people.
Free breakfast every morning.
And especially if they get a little older, they're done laying eggs.
And then you have dinner.
Then they're dinner. All right, so you guys are down with eating the chickens too?
100%.
So I had
They're
this
an animal.
plan, and I was dating this chick a couple years ago, and I said, like,
You're dating a chicken?
No.
A chick, it's different.
That's a crime in many states.
Roll Tide.
And I told her, I was like, yeah, like after the chicken gets old enough and stops laying eggs, you eat it. Now, I was saying this to a vegetarian, but I was going to make her eat it.
Slightly important part of the story there.
I was going to eat it.
Yeah, it's just one of us.
Yeah.
Barred the whole idea. Wasn't allowed to get chickens. Very annoyed.
I just don't want to deal with the upkeep of chickens.
So it's like a once a day thing, though. Like, you're just banging
so
out.
much.
You just feed them, you clean their cage, you come in, you check on
You
their...
lost me at clean. I don't even
They don't have chicken robots yet.
I don't even want to clean my cage.
They have robot chicken, that's...
All right, so we have 100% palm oil free and 100% sustainably sourced cocoa made in Aussie, and they apparently support Bright Pink, which I'm assuming is Cancer Foundation of some sort. So
Smells very good.
where is it from?
Can hear... Yeah, I was going to say, I can hear the crunch.
That's really good.
Okay.
I'm trying to move bad.
No, that's totally fine. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It is a chewier chocolate.
It is.
It took a minute to work that down.
It's not like the typical Hershey's like crunch chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little bit more of a smoother bite to it.
Definitely a lot better than Hershey's.
Reminds me more of like a Cadbury.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've even seen people say that like American chocolate is so different than chocolate from other countries.
I believe it has to do with the amount of cocoa. I think in America, to constitute chocolate, you only need to be like 35 or 45% cocoa or something like that. And then in other countries, I think it's like 60 or 70 net you. It's like something like that.
Yeah, like our dark chocolate is their just chocolate.
Yeah.
Which I love dark chocolate.
I think, I'm not a fan. It's, again, don't like bitter. So don't like bitter chocolate.
Yeah. I do a lesson on imperialism in class, where like
I'm trying to figure out where this goes to chocolate.
well, Africa was imperialized. They came down, took over. And the Ivory Coast was one of the big places they took. And the Ivory Coast has a lot of cacao plants. And I show a video. It's probably from like the 2010s, somewhere in there. But this cacao farmer and the people working there had never had chocolate. Grown men farming cacao. They've never had chocolate. They thought it was used for wine. And they say it in the video. The whole video is in French, so it's subtitles, which another nod to imperialism. They speak French in Africa.
Classic.
And then like he's shocked that like this is used for chocolate, and then the interviewer gives them chocolate. They try it, they love it, and they go. They're speaking to another black Frenchman who's from France, and they're like, "Oh, is this why you're more light skinned than us? Because you eat chocolate?"
Got him.
And that was their rationale. No, they believed that. They were asking. It was a serious question.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It was
Interesting.
Wild. Yeah, very interesting. In modern time, like they did not know this is what their plant that they farm. They're like, we don't know why white people wanted this.
I think the more crazy part is that because I watched one like that where they give him like a Kit Kat or like a piece of Hershey's or something like that. It was like the little like the little one, like, like the fun size one.
Halloween candy size.
Yeah, and one of the people that were talking like up in like the video descriptions were like, that piece of candy is probably like a month of their like salary.
Oh yeah, so it was in the video it said that he would make €7 a week, and that had to feed his family of 5 and then like 14 employees that he had.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
And the candy bar was probably after
Well,
import.
that's why they don't have it. It's-
Wow.
that candy bar is like half of your pay for the whole week.
Jeez.
Which shows you
Again,
where the
nod to
actual-
imperialism.
where the money goes.
Yeah, right?
But
So should we try the next one?
raspberry.
The thing raspberry is a hard jump. I feel like that should be the finisher now.
Yeah,
Which-
let's do the...
What's
the-
interesting with the raspberries, it doesn't look like it's like fresh raspberries. It looks like the licorice
Yeah,
It does, yeah.
things.
Mike and Ike's. They look like Mike and Ike's.
Yeah.
Yo, I love Mike and Ike's.
I do love some Mike and Ike's.
I feel like they're an
destroy some.
underrated
Oh,
candy.
they're fantastic. All right, so we're gonna do marshmallow coconut crunchy peanuts.
It's concerning because the crisps look like crisps, the peanuts look like peanuts, the marshmallows look like marshmallows.
How
But
does that
those-
fit into a chocolate this thin?
Those raspberries look like Mike and Ike's.
Everything else looked real here, except those raspberries. All right, mute me up. Oh, this is a thicker bar.
It looks heavier.
It is heavier.
All right, I am muting you now.
Would you say it has good girth, Joe?
It is almost, they're 0.8 ounces heavier. So it is actually heavier. This one's also heavy.
Well, it's got to fit the Mike and Ike's.
The puffed air is lighter, guys. It's really it is.
It's the air that's making
It's
it
the
lightweight.
air that makes it lighter. You guys stupid.
Fucking idiots. Don't you know physics?
They pumped the bag full of air. All right, I gotta bring this closer.
It's like Lay's.
Yeah.
What the hell noise was that?
I don't know. I heard it through my headphones. I was also confused.
Oh, is that me?
I have
I didn't. I
no
have
idea.
no clue.
Oh, she thick.
Oh.
Oh, those thick boys. What is? Why are they chunky?
What do you mean? Why are they chunky?
It's Rocky
No,
Road.
on the bottom.
That's where the fucking
Where your peanuts are.
peanut is.
Why is it in the?
And a marshmallow. That's a marshmallow.
It's a marshmallow.
That's a giant ass marshmallow. I'm getting 2 pieces of marshmallow.
Oh, look
Have
at
my
you, bougie.
diabetes served. Cheers. Bob jumped in.
Mm-hmm. I figured I'll eat mine first so I can talk and describe while you guys are eating.
A likely story. It's like the steaks all over again. We're gonna bring that up.
Mm-hmm. We definitely forgot about the steaks.
We did.
I'm not a huge Rocky Road fan in general,
Mm-hmm.
but that is pretty good. The marshmallow makes it a little harder to chew
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
constantly.
I was gonna say the marshmallow was weird, but
The
it
marshmallow
wasn't bad.
The marshmallow kind of feels like I'm chewing on a raisin. And I know there's no raisins in here.
I get a very fluffer nutter consistency.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm a fan. I like that one. I could see the raspberry being pretty good too, because you add that slight bitterness of the chocolate and the tartness of the raspberry.
The
I think that would
chocolate
be
is
very
really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the chocolate of the chocolate is
Yeah.
really good.
But do the schnozberries taste like schnozberries?
Let's find out.
Holy, what do I know? Daryl Lee.
It's like Walmart Sara Lee.
My question is, it's since 1927. How have no one ever fucking heard of this before?
It's from
Australia.
Australia, dude. Most of that time it was in Australia.
It's a prison colony island.
Yeah,
Where everything tries to murder you.
Including the chocolate. I'm just opening up to a spider.
that's a possibility.
It is Australia.
That spider would be dead by now, but
Or
I
delicious.
don't know. There's a lot of food in here.
oh yeah, a chocolated spider.
I'd eat it.
I had a chance to at one of the Explorer Club meeting things. They did it was all exotic foods, and they had ants on a stick and all that other stuff that's like ha foods, except they weren't ha foods. And
it was haha, no, really.
Yeah, no, really. And I was like,
eat it, bite it.
I was like, I can't do it. Do it. Okay, we're here. Jesus Christ.
What's the weirdest thing you guys have eaten?
What constitutes weird?
Like out of the norm.
Because like I love tripe, which is historically weird as shit.
What is a fish?
Tripe? No, that's what everyone tells their kids to let them eat it. It's cow intestine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's an old Italian recipe. It's just that in like a tomato-esque sauce.
That now constitutes as weird. Cow intestine? Weird.
It's delicious. Looks, what is it? Tryptophobia? The one with the little holes and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
So tripe kind of has that kind of consistency, kind of like netted.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I see it, I just want to like punch it. But I know it tastes good, so I kind of just have to wait.
So I kind of don't punch it and eat it.
Yeah, so I let other people cook it so I can eat it. Oh, this one's soft.
Bob, you got a weird food?
Oh, this one's real soft.
Emu.
Emu?
I've had emu.
Ah, okay.
And it was
In like a burger?
like kind of, yeah. Just like a turkey burger, like chicken turkey burger kind of thing. A little more, basically if like chicken and venison had a baby.
Interesting.
So you get that like slightly tougher kind of meat. But it was pretty good.
I've got two.
What do you have?
Camel burger. and
Okay.
then sheep testicles. I thought they were meatballs. Pretty good.
That's weird.
Well,
Yeah.
there were balls.
Yeah, they were. They were meatballs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not wrong. That is delicious. If you like jelly rings,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
That is a lot to get through.
I'm going to eat that entire thing. Not now. Like right off camera. Like as we wrap this, you're going to see me take a bite. That's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan of that one.
It almost has a, I was right. The raspberry is like licorice-y
Mm-hmm.
in consistency, except it tastes a million times better than licorice. Sorry, I'm on camp. Licorice sucks. It's terrible.
I like licorice.
The red one or the black one?
I like licorice.
No,
All of them.
They're both bad. There's the one that's fake, which is like the strawberry one. That one I can get through. But that's fake licorice. Everyone's like, that's not real licorice. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right.
I know. That's why I like it.
It tastes good. That's really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a fan of that one. It's got the. I'm like chewing on the licorice, raspberry bits
Yeah.
right now.
It's again, it's like reverse American chocolate
Mm-hmm.
because usually,
It's actually good.
well, besides that, the chocolate isn't the main part of the bar.
Mm-hmm. Chocolate's just the vessel.
Yeah,
which you
chocolate
enjoy
has
the
it
innards.
glued together, but it's not holding the whole thing together. There is so much marshmallow in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if I can get it on camera, if you'll be able to see it, but yeah,
Yeah.
you could see how much of the chocolate is actually like marshmallow in just these two pieces, like right in the front. And then the whole top is just like bowed out in it. Like, I feel like in American chocolate, you don't get that. It's just
No.
whatever, like they skim the bottom. Like, you're not fucking getting that. Like, that's going back in the bin.
Yeah, so we can make more.
Yeah, so we can make more. And they're like, no, what you get is what you get. That's
Yeah, in America, that would just have oil. It would just be like, oh, this is raspberry liquid.
Yeah, yeah. What's the cheapest way we can give it that flavor? Yeah, you get that.
Yeah. How much can we charge more? Let's do it.
There is a building right down the street from my building that does flavor liquids. And I didn't know what they did for a very long time. But when I drive past them in the morning, depending on the month or I guess the job or whatever, every now and then the whole goddamn block will just smell delicious for an undetermined amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it'll smell like kettle corn. Sometimes it'll smell like raspberry, vanilla, whatever they're cooking. It'll just smell like that for the whole block for like 3 to 4 days, I guess, as they make a batch. And
Where
I
is
didn't
this
know
place located?
by me. I'll tell you later. Because I've actually wanted to been reaching out to them because turns out you can just buy stuff from them.
Really?
Yeah, like they don't have like as far as I know, I have to reach out and like really reach out. They don't have a minimum like order. Like I thought maybe they were for restaurants or like bigger companies where, there's a minimum order of like a case, like, like a pallet worth of liquid.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have one. And they have a ton of different like flavors, so to speak, just ready to buy. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna need some.
And need all of them.
I'm not sure for what yet, but I could figure it out. I don't know. Like I use all the syrups for coffees and stuff, like the Tiranis and all them.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they just do that, but like local and not Tirani. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I know some people who work for companies similar to that. So, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really interested. I gotta figure that out. Yeah.
So, what do you have there? I've been staring at this.
I have glass. No, it's acrylic. It's shiny. Where is it?
I'm gonna bring it a little closer.
There it is.
Just so they can get a
So
look at it.
I've been finally. It's reflecting everything of my kitchen.
You get to see behind the camera.
Actually, in this case, there's the camera. So perfect.
That is, yep, right
So
there is good.
I've been messing with my laser engraver finally, and everyone has been telling me it can't do black acrylic. It just, the 20 watts isn't enough. The acrylic is shiny. It's really thick, blah, blah, blah. So you could see in the bottom left corner, that little weird graph is actually a speed and then power level of like what, how to engrave. So you're supposed to do that on every material you buy to just get like a benchmark of what to do. So you see the bottom two is at 5 millimeters a second at 90 and 100% power. I can cut through the acrylic. Good job, Graham. So with that,
Vanna White.
Vanna White. Dana White's
Dana White's the UFC guy.
You were
You're
really
close.
close, and then you weren't. So I ended up because we're gonna be doing this. This is for TNR for the Monday race leagues they have. They had a winner. So I finally got all the materials in. I've been doing the test cuts, so you could see our logos on there twice because I messed up the first one. You could see a Goodyear logo on there. Goodyear, if you're watching, that's absolutely not your logo.
No, it's just a shoe.
It's
with
just a
wings.
shoe.
It's Red Wing shoes.
Yeah, it's totally different. And then there's a TNR logo on there because they're the ones who did the race. So surprisingly, first shot after the test, everything kind of got nailed. Like I just hit the right everything.
The tracks look great.
Yeah, there's 2 little race tracks in there. There will be 3, but I was only testing with the 2 for the material because I didn't want to burn more material than I had to. So, surprisingly, it worked, and everyone in the chat was like, "What was your settings?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, now you're all fucking interested in the settings." No one wanted to do. When I asked, everyone was like, "Fuck you, you can't do it." And then once I did it, everyone was like, "Well, how'd you do that?"
And then you were telling us about a trick to use nail polish.
So I've been looking at all of the acrylic things, like when people laser engrave stuff like that. I've been trying to like learn as much as I could about laser engraving, and once I cut like this RE over here, which he showed you earlier, I put it just a big enough divot that I could kind of like just drip paint into, and obviously I ripped all the tape off, like the whatever tape you want to call it, protective tape, because I wanted to see what it looked like. But you do not do that when you actually laser engrave. And you just drip the paint on or the nail polish or whatever you're going to drip on there, and then let it dry, and then you peel the tape because
Really?
it's kind of like masking tape. It's going to keep the outside edges nice and clean. So that's the idea. So for this guy who won, my idea was to laser engrave this piece of acrylic into a circle and then another circle so it looks like a tire, and then have our name, like the track name, on the top in between the Goodyear logo or the absolutely not Goodyear logo, depending on who's asking, and then their name on the bottom. So it'll look like a tire. So I have like the font turned so it looks like the Goodyear logo. And I'm just going to get yellow, like Corvette yellow nail polish and just drip it into all the letters. So it should look really cool.
I'm excited. I sent him the rough draft and he's like, dude, that looks amazing. He's like, take your time. I don't really care when it gets here. Looking forward to it, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm hoping that now that I got all this nailed, I'm going to put the name in there and make it all fit and give it a test run. I've got 3 of these sheets left because they come in sets of 2, and I just bought 4 of them, knowing I was going to immediately rip through one of them. And I think that's the biggest thing with laser engravers and stuff, because I'm such a don't waste kind of person. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
You got to practice. You got to test. You got to.
that's the thing. They're like, you have to. Don't look at it as wasting material to do a material test. And I'm like, but it is, because that's gone. Like, I can't use this for anything else now. This is a test board.
I mean, I'm sure you could do like a 4x4 kind of thing.
I could do small stuff, but for all intents and purposes, I can't do a full size board because I had to run this test. So everyone on like the Facebook groups and all that were like, don't look at it as wasting materials. Yeah, it's a little pricey because you're using this as a test.
Mm-hmm.
But if you cut this little thing out and leave it with like the rest of them you use now, you will always be able to look back at this and know what gauge you need for, what you're doing. So don't look at it as wasting material, which is hard for me to do because I always feel like I should just be able to press the button and nail it like on a guess. I shouldn't have to waste the material.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just because I don't want to waste material.
That's fair. Yeah, that looks awesome, and I am very much looking forward to seeing like the finished product.
Yeah,
and then I get to learn how to ship things internationally because our winner lives in Canada.
It's pretty easy. It's not that bad.
He's in like Niagara Falls, so literally like
Road trip.
like right there.
Oh, you drop it off. That'd
There's
be
a weekend
sick.
trip.
Yo, that would be awesome.
That'd
Shake
be
the
really
hands,
cool.
take the photo like it's the fucking giant check.
Hey,
If we
I
do,
have
I'll
your
get a
address.
giant
I'm just gonna
check
drive
made.
up to you.
Get a giant check for $0.
Can we spend the night?
Yeah. Also,
Hey, you mind if we crash at your place?
it's like 9:30 at night. We're not gonna be able to make it back. We just,
I gotta get my my passport. Do you mind?
Fun fact: the first and last time I was in Niagara Falls, I was 12, 13.
Did you start an international incident?
It might as well have been.
Oh, no.
So we're up there as a family. We have our van. It was a 1997-ish Astro van.
Oh,
Like with the TV, with like the
Yes.
little 10-inch TV. And,
Did it have the glass A-pillars?
yes, with the lights, like the limo lights. Yes,
Wood
futon
panel?
in the back, wood panel.
Oh, God,
It was
get me
captain,
going.
4 captain seats and a futon in the back.
Did it have the N64 controller?
No, we
hookups?
didn't have the N64, and my parents wouldn't let me put my PlayStation in.
My friend had one of those.
Yes, no, I
with
wish
the
I had.
N64 hookup
I
and
wish
everything.
I had the N64 hookup, but no, we had the normal one. But we had the VCR hooked up to the TV, and I was like, "Let me just bring my Sega." They were like, "No, you don't need to bring the Sega. You have a VCR." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I want to play video games." They're like, "You watch movies." I'm like, "Video games." Whatever. We went to Niagara Falls. You're allowed to go onto Canada's side, just like that little area. So we did, and mind you, we have this big van. My dad's driving, and we wanted to eat at Planet Hollywood. Big at the time. I don't know if you guys remember Planet Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
It was a huge fucking thing. I still have the board game.
Oh.
It's in my storage unit. There's a Planet Hollywood board game, which is really just Trivial Pursuit, but like
But Planet Hollywood.
actors. but whatever. So we wanted to go there. Think of it as, what would you akin Planet Hollywood to? Is it like what's the fucking the Ripley's Believe It or Not, but like for actors is basically what it is.
It's like Applebee's meets Hard Rock restaurant.
Yeah, plus like a little bit of Fridays.
I've never even heard of Planet Hollywood.
Yeah,
so I'm
it
gonna
was-
look that up.
It was a thing back in the day.
They
I don't
were
know if
always
they
big in like the touristy places.
Yeah.
Like there was one down in like downtown Disney.
Yeah, it was like a bigger thing. I don't know if they still
I think there was
exist.
one in Times Square too.
Probably.
And some of them were actually
Okay.
like Globe
No, I've-
restaurants.
Yeah,
Mhm,
I've seen this.
I don't know if they're still around.
Some of these pictures look a little more modern.
Yeah, I'm assuming
I
there's got to be
can't
like
see
a
it
couple.
being
left.
like
Well, it's-
profitable in 2024.
It's probably like Fridays. It's like a dying franchise. They got to like keep reinventing.
Oh no,
Yeah.
there's one in New York,
There still is one in New York.
and they're open.
All right. Well, there's that.
road
So,
trip.
Good job. So we get over the border. Everything is fine. My dad is trying to find the parking lot or get into the parking lot. Whips a left. We hop a curb.
Oh no.
We find a parking spot. My dad parks. A guy comes running to the car. My dad rolls down the window. What are you doing? He goes, parking. The guy's like, how did you get in here? There's an entrance in the front. It's valet. Where did you come from? And my dad goes, right over there. He goes, you hopped the curb to get in here? My dad's like, I didn't know it was a curb when I went over it.
Thought it was a speed bump.
yeah, as soon as we were over it, I
Canada's a
realized.
weird place, man.
My dad goes,
Sorry.
They realized.
Sorry.
My dad goes, I didn't know it was a curb until I was already over it.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
The guy looks at my dad and goes, well, you're already here. Just go inside. It handed him the sticker like that was valid.
Guy's like, just give me your
love it.
keys.
So that's probably where I get a little bit of that from.
Yeah, it all makes sense now.
Yeah. But I thought we were going to get arrested in technically Canada.
Oh my god. Well, I had a fun weekend this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I want to play a game with you guys.
Oh, okay. This will be fun.
I like
Can
games.
you tell me what this noise is?
I don't want to say.
We're gonna get demonetized.
Absolutely going to get demonetized.
Yeah, they're getting a little. Why did it slow down like that? Why is it picking up?
It's an angry Kardashian.
Penguins.
That's a penguin.
That's the noise penguins make.
They're just casually making that noise.
Yeah.
They're vuvuzelis?
That's just them chilling.
I thought they were doing a little something, something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Apparently that's called braying, and they sound like a donkey.
Interesting.
But my favorite part about that video is when they're sitting there and they're just like, oh, 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 oh. Like, it's like kids sitting there just like, oh, 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 oh. Like slow clapping, but like honking.
Is that what
I
that
love
is
that.
for? Like, is that what their call is? Or is it just like a thing they do just to do it?
That's like their call. They could either they do that to like find their mate. They do that to be like, hey, I'm over here, or it's like, hey, get the fuck out of my space,
So all
or
of the
hey,
above.
I don't want anything to do with you. Back off.
Don't some penguins mate for life?
They do.
I know it's not all of them, but some of them.
Some of them do, and some of them like their rituals literally to give their mate a penguin. Here, take a penguin, like a little pebble.
It's called a
Oh.
baby.
Well, some of them do like they'll kill the other penguin just to take their baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And fun fact, they can't be like sexed unless you're like doing like a DNA test, because outwardly a penguin's just a penguin.
I thought you were like
Can't gender these penguins.
You can't gender the penguins.
I was thinking the polar opposite. My brain was like, that's right. Other penguins can't sext the other penguins. There will be no only penguins. That's where my brain went. There will be no cheating penguins in this here enclosure.
But yeah, last weekend, my girlfriend and I did a penguin meet and greet at the Camden Aquarium.
It's wild to me that they went from don't ever touch any of these things to, hey, come feed them.
So it's funny because we weren't allowed to touch them or anything like that. They brought us, and it was actually really cool. They brought us behind the scenes in this little, playpen, basically. Mm-hmm. Had us go in, decontaminate our shoes. There's, a little, vat that we had to stand in, just to get, the soles of our shoes cleaned. Yeah. They bring us in, and they're like, yeah, we let the penguins kind of dictate what they want to do. If they want to go up to you and say hi, they're more than welcome to. If they want to just stand there, they can do that. If they take one look at you, turn around and walk away, it's whatever they want to do. There were 3 penguins there. I forget the one's name. There was Taco and Marvel were the 3 penguins. The one penguin, super friendly, went up to literally every single person, looked at them. It started trying to make a nest on one guy's shoe. Literally just kicking in the ground, turning around in circles. And the zookeeper that was with us, she's like, yeah, she really likes you. She's going to try to keep you here. Which was amazing. This guy straight up got adopted by a penguin. At one point, we're all sitting there, and the penguin goes up to my girlfriend and nips at her shoelace, looks at her, and just kind of walks away. Later on, goes back to her, takes a little nip at her shoelace, and she's sitting in a plastic lawn chair kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Goes underneath her chair, goes right into the corner, right next to me, hides behind my leg, and just stares at the wall. Just completely disassociating, just yep, this is cool. He turns around, takes one little peck at her butt, and walks away.
Yeah, take that.
So she got pecked in the butt by a penguin, which is super
nice.
Fun.
That's a story.
The one penguin just went straight into the little pool of water that they had there and just swam around the entire time. Only got out of the water, went right next to that same guy that was getting nested on, took a massive shit, and then went right back into the water.
Love that.
And the one Taco literally just stood there the entire time. Just stood there staring at us, looking around, took a little swim, came back up, looked around some more. It was that meme of the guy standing in different positions, in an empty pool, by the swings and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what this penguin was.
Fantastic.
It was amazing. But if you ever have the chance to go, definitely do it. It's like a little ticket add-on kind of thing at the aquarium. It was so much fun because we got to hang out with penguins for half an hour.
The way you describe that sounds very, very similar to a rock concert meet and greet.
It pretty much.
Go there,
with
you'll meet them, you'll get a photo, don't touch them. They'll do what they want near you. If they like you, they might bring you to further places. If not, you're probably not going to see them in 2 minutes. Autographs are an additional charge.
And they make the same noise.
Tell me that's not a Guns N' Roses album.
So good.
And the position that they stand in.
Don't say that after playing the sound. We are a podcast, Bob.
He literally just stands there, head straight up, wings all the way out to the side, just going, ha!
That's
the whole time.
It's the hold me, Jack.
It's literally just, don't ever let me go.
Now I want to fucking superimpose the audio behind it from the movie soundtrack. Oh, Jack.
Move over, Muppets.
Everything penguin.
A movie where one character is replaced by a penguin.
And you'll never know which one it is until it's too late. Go back to Cloverfield, just see a big penguin foot.
No, I am your father.
No, that would be the no.
That's so good.
Stupid. La, la, da, da, da.
I'm here for it. We could do
It's
this.
over, Penguin. I have the high ground. Ah.
Great, now I'm going back to all the other movies that we were talking about.
I'm thinking Harry Potter. No, Harry, it has to be you.
Oh no.
Oh, no. So I just got a text.
Uh-huh.
I've been trying to watch the podcast for the last hour or so. Couldn't quite get it to work, but I just tried again, and this is the pose that the screen was frozen on. Me doing my penguin impression.
Free me, Jack.
I love it.
Oh. There's so many places you could superimpose that into. Like any Pirates of the Caribbean scene. Just pick one. That might be the best pirate I've ever seen. As they jump off the side.
We need that as a soundbite.
Yeah, that's got to get put in the board.
Yeah, just literally just like...
Yeah.
Truly. It's like a better Vuvuzela. Right?
Now
That's
I'm
what they
picturing
are?
Vuvuzela. Yeah. I'm picturing any soccer match now with the stands. Just...
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, on that note...
Literally. What do you think that was? C sharp?
Oh, God. I feel like that's a pretty good jumping off point for tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
This has been a fun episode.
Yeah.
Next
good
week,
time.
we may be having a very special episode. You're going to have
Yes.
to tune in to find out. Maybe including some harpoon beer, but that's beside the point. And as always, make sure you check us out online, social media, all that kind of stuff, Tabletop Trio, our website, tabletoptrio.com. Link is right there on the bottom of your screen. As always, if you're watching us live here on Twitch, we go up on YouTube the next day. Podcast as well every Thursday. We go live here on Twitch, Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern, for all the fun stuff. So for one final time, I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Graham.
It's been the Tabletop Trio Podcast. Have a great night.